Alright, let's do a quick update for Alchemy Pay. So if we look at ACH, we have fallen pretty heftily since yesterday's video. I believe we were somewhere around the top of this wick, and you can see from the wick down here we've had almost a 15% drop. From where we are now, we've had almost a 14% drop. So what I outlined in yesterday's video was that I believe we would be coming down to the 618 down here if we didn't, basically explode out of this trend line, fairly quickly. Now I said that because if we do zoom out, you can see that this coin is very pumpy and dumpy. Now I don't necessarily mean that in a bad way, because if you're a trader, volatility is the #1 way to make profit. But just to show you what I mean by it is a pump and dump coin, if we look at this huge pump here from low to high, sorry, it's the wrong tool again. If we take it from low to high, you can see, we basically had a 19,000 percent pump, 19,278% pump, which is absolutely insane. After that huge pump, you can see that we fell all the way down like a rock, pumped like crazy, had a huge dump, pumped, dumped, pumped, dumped, pumped, dumped, pumped, dumped, pumped. And obviously following that, kind of trajectory, I'm sure you can guess what I'm about to say is going to happen next. So we did just have that huge pump back up to the top of the trend line here. We did get solidly rejected from it on 2 wicks. Normally when this coin gets rejected, it either has a huge candle body explosion up, or more commonly we see these huge wicks. And this normally means that there's so many sellers at the top of this channel and they just want to get out. You can see similarly here as well, this wick was 40% away from the candle body close, which is ridiculous. I mean, this coin is so pumpy and dumpy. So following the trajectory, we've basically gone to the top of this channel, bottom of it, and been bouncing around in it for the past couple of months now. So what I believe that's going to happen now is what I outlined would happen in yesterday's video. That is that if we don't explode above this, hold a daily candle, then we are probably going to be coming and back testing at least the 618. In my opinion, that is the most bullish scenario, that we crash another 14.5%. In my opinion, if we don't hold this 14 free and have a solid bounce on it with some some decent volume stepping in, then we're going to come all the way down to the bottom of this trend line again. So I mean, you can see that I'm not just kind of pulling that out my ass. It is literally what we've been doing since the 5th of August. We've just been pumping and dumping to the top and the bottom of this this channel. Let's just call it a channel. So yeah, we've basically just been crashing up and down through this channel for the past couple of months now. We are below the 200-day moving average. We're below this red resistance, and in my opinion, the next logical target to look for is to come down to the bottom of this box. Now I will backpedal on that statement if, like I said, we do come down to the 618, have a strong bounce on around about the 465 cent level. If we do have a big huge pump off that level, then we can talk about potentially breaking out of this later on. But we would need to see at least a couple of daily candles above it, simply because if we do just zoom out, you can see that here we had 1, 2, almost 3 days above here, and we fell through the table. Here we had a daily close above it and fell through the next day. So I wouldn't be looking for a simple daily candle above here. I would be looking for multiple daily candles. In fact, I'd prefer a weekly candle. Personally, I don't trade Alchemy Pay right now, but if I did, I would want to buy after a huge pump from the 4.6 cent level. Otherwise, like I said, I mean, I do see us coming down to this 2.4 level. So if we zoom out, obviously you can see that the volume has just been absolutely flatlined since we had this huge pump, which isn't looking good. The RSI is turning up very fast, and we don't have any volume whatsoever to back it. So while we are still above this RSI trend line, I mean, you can draw this a few different ways, but while we are still above this RSI, we are still technically like slightly bullish, But in my opinion, you know, the RSI really doesn't matter too much, because in my opinion, an uptrend in RSI should be supported with an uptrend in volume, and the volume is on its deathbed right now. So yeah, in my opinion, we're coming down at least another 14% to the 46 cent level. If we don't hold that, then we're going to crash 55% down to the bottom here. So if we finish this off with the weekly and the monthly, you can still see that we have a green candle on the weekly, but you know, do bear in mind that, you know, this is this huge wick to the upside type beat that we've been having before. This doesn't really look too bullish for me. There's no volume coming in. Weekly RSI is falling very hard. If we do switch over to the Heikin-Ashi candles, yeah, I mean, not too much to see on the Heikin-Ashi candles. We are still in a green uptrend, but you know, that would soon subside if we didn't hold like the 465 level, which I said previously, by looking on the monthly. So on the daily, sorry. So coming into the monthly as well, you can see that we do have a steep red trend line right now. We are putting in multiple red months. RSI is falling like a rock on the monthly, and selling volume is the only volume that we're seeing right now. So yeah, just one last time, I would be keeping an eye on the daily. I think that keeping an eye on the daily for this coin, simply because it's so volatile that, you know, you can kind of exclude the weekly and the monthly analysis. But in my opinion, you know, best case scenario, absolute best case scenario, we're coming down another 14.5. I could be wrong, which is why obviously I always say this isn't financial advice. This is my own trading plan. This is what I'm doing in the market. So, you know, you don't have to follow me. I don't recommend you to follow me. I recommend that you learn technical analysis. I recommend that you watch other YouTubers as well, and, you know, get a plethora of opinions on the market, because no one's going to be right 100% of the time. But in my opinion, it looks like we're going to be coming down for Alchemy Pay. So yeah, that's all I'm seeing for the market right now. If you were looking for absolute worst case scenario, we do have the 1.618 down here, which you're not going to be happy to know is an 81% drop from where we are now. But like I said, I think it's very likely that we backtest this, which is the 618. That's a 15% drop. That is what I'm predicting right now. I'm not predicting that we're going to come down to here or down to here, and I'm not predicting that we're going to break above here, but I am predicting that we're going to come down to the 618. And, you know, if we do lose the 618, at that point I would be predicting that we would be coming down, you know, almost another 50% from there. So yeah, that's all I'm seeing for Alchemy Pay. Once again, none of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion on the market, and you've always got to do what's best for you. Peace out.